guys, welcome to another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Let's get right into this. We know this boy has been planting some fake-ass evidence. And, let me see. Apparently she's already arranged the crime scene, so as you can see, I have nothing to do with the forgery. Well, there's two things we could present, and I was kind of correct. I knew the cloth was one of them. However, we can't present it just yet. But another thing too, there was two things I wanted to present, but I didn't know which one was okay. There was the unstable jar that I was unsure of, and then there's also the evidence list. Either or is apparently fine. You claim you have nothing to do with forgery, but I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself!
Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example.
That's the blue badger you showed us earlier.
A piece of the jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list is the evidence list I presented earlier was actually found inside your desk.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Grant, these articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both considered proof that you also played a part in an illegal investigation.
Chief Grant, what's the meaning of this?
Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy.
So you admit it then, that you were involved in the forgery.
Who, me? Oh, do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Rido?
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy.
Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying for work.
Yes, very well. In light of the detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office and the revelation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene.
My kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together.
Are you saying we don't? What? Let's see what he's got to say.
Let's see. What was it now? Oh, the jar fragment in the list. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of the evidence were discovered. If they were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Regarding that crime scene, wouldn't help me out in any way.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe the protocol.
Do you understand what I am?
Wait.
That I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
Oh?
Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again.
What the fuck? He's pressing charges? No, fuck you.
My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know.
All right, Eugene, return there.
I know. That place, right?
What? Are these guys telepath? No, are they gonna have sex after this? He's like, I know. I'm gonna get pounded in the asshole today, and it's not gonna be great. Like, poor fucking judge. Oh, jeez. Oh, fuck.
For all I know, you could have planted them in my office.
Why would I? I'd participate if it... Wait. I'd appreciate it if you stop making the ridiculous accusations.
Yes, you have to point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
Hey! What? I'll have you know, back in my day, no! Phoenix, shut the fuck up! Take the L! Take the L! I broke into a cattle ranch and oh.
Mr. Wright, what are you saying?
Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry the evidence. Wait, carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, we're going to need it later.
Later? What are you talking about?
What else? I'm talking about when your fingerprints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, that would prove your investigation was illegal.
What? I've never faced anyone as slimesy as this guy. Jesus.
Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered.
What do you mean by that?
This is purely hypothetical, of course. But suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act would necessarily constitute forgery.
If concealing evidence found at the crime scene isn't forgery...
I'm not through speaking yet, Mr. Wright. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. If they were found after Dirk was convicted, then they're worthless.
Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Dirk was sentenced.
Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right. The chief is talking about the possibility, so long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Tell me something I don't know.
Come on, Mr. Wright, think about it. There's no reason I participate in the forgery.
How can you look at me in the eye and say that?
Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil?
I'm not sure I care for the word murdered here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye.
Where the fuck is Emma right now? Am I the only one concerned about that? She's probably like in a cell, just like, well, now I have to go through court and that fucking sucks.
Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Really, Chief Grant, at the very least, there is one large benefit you've reaped from all of this.
Oh? I wasn't aware. What is it? What is this benefit?
That you would, of course, be the position. You would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police.
Oh?
The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That itself is efficient motive.
That's a good one.
Huh?
Do you really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Even without that case, I would have I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of the SO9 merely speed up the inevitability a little.
Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made chief anyway.
Be careful when pointing that finger. You might wind up being the pointed at.
So that means there's only one possible motive for you to commit the forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
Don't be silly, Edgeworth. You know me better than that.
I like how Edgeworth is practically solving this case for me. Bitch, Phoenix, you need to get into the game, my dude.
There's only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. Which is just my 3 personas that live inside my head. They all tell me to kill you all, but it takes turns on who wants to kill who. It's out in the open now. Yuji, would you mind if I change my testimony a little?
By all means, please do.
I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me.
Nothing in it for you? Yeah, I was like trying to click it so many times, and then finally it clicked, and I was like, Jesus Christ, please do it.
Sorry, but the only person I truly care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Oh, that was a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? Given his selfishness, would he had help someone out? Point out accomplice. True. You might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray that Chief Grant as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand.
That's not what I mean.
Very well. I'll ask, who is the person you believe Chief Grant may have helped forged evidence?
Well, Lana Sky, Jesus Christ.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky, the defendant?
I believe it's quite obvious in the light of the circumstances. Emma Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? And as for Chief Grant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. The reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SO9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Grant.
But how would he profit from all this?
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Do you mean to tell me that despite Chief formidable appearances, he plays with puppets?
I love you, but you need to stop. Is someone gonna laugh?
Oh, wait! You must mean puppet as in being forced to do his bidding and...
Yeah, admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Right, oh my boy. You have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you have proof of this? That I can control Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
Lana. She's keeping quiet to protect Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Grant.
I afraid without any proof, this is all amounts to nothing more than just mere conjecture.
Huh. Unless that is also what happened in this incident.
This incident? You mean, which one would that be? There was like 3 incidents in this trial.
Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor had been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
Worthy.
Oh wait.
Worthy, you better watch your tongue before I fucking cut it out, you son of a bitch. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
Just what do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Damian Grant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but Chief is now making Lana take the rap and cover up his involvement. What?
Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious! This is an unfriend to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. To accuse Chief of Police of blackmail and murder. That's impossible.
Your Honor, I was merely reiterating that what Mr. Edgeworth said in his easy to understand language. Mr. Wright, it's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Both of us are in this shit, and don't just fucking drag me into it, okay? Now you're part of the. Now you left. Wait, what was it? It was like the left out of the FOMO club, like the FOMO club, or no, not even the FOMO club. It was like the left out boys. The left out boys. You are no longer one of the left out boys. Gumshoe is all alone. He's like, fuck. He still has to live in my house, doesn't he? Yes, he does. And so do I now. Because now you're part of you're in all this shit club. Oh, jeez. It looks like he's the one who decided to go through with this.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That Chief Grant, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder?
Good question. Regardless of his ranks or title, Chief Grant is just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. All right, then. Show us the evidence that ties Chief Grant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Just remember, it better be good.
Oh, fuck. I don't know what that is. Bitch, I don't know. How about this? This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There's only one ID on the list. We couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. 7777 777 777. Yeah, that's 7 sevens.
Sorry, but
there's no way you can prove that's my car number.
It's your number.
What? How can you know that?
Well, I'll tell you the evidence in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Besides that, you guys be safe, be sexy. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!